Imagine waking up in a world where your money isn't just some number on a screen or a piece of paper you trust the bank to hold for you. Instead, it's a digital asset, fully controlled by you, secure, and not tied to any government or central authority. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right?
But here's the twist, it's not.
This is the world that Bitcoin is building. In the world of cryptocurrencies, one name reigns supreme: Bitcoin. But why does Bitcoin still dominate the scene, even with the rise of thousands of other cryptocurrencies? Why, after more than a decade, is it still the most well-known, most valuable, and most trusted cryptocurrency in existence? Let's break it down step by step.
Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency. Bitcoin isn't just a cryptocurrency.
It's the cryptocurrency. It was the first, and it's still the biggest. Launched in 2009 by an anonymous person or group of people under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin was designed as a decentralized alternative to the traditional financial system. No more middlemen, no more banks, just peer-to-peer transactions. It's the freedom from financial institutions that everyone had been waiting for. But what makes Bitcoin the one? The answer lies in its origins, its design, and what it aims to accomplish. Bitcoin wasn't just invented for the sake of innovation. It was created to solve a problem. You see, in the early 2000s, the world saw the failure of centralized financial systems. Banks collapsing, governments bailing out corporations, and people losing trust in institutions that were supposed to keep their money safe. Bitcoin was born from the desire for a better, more secure, and more transparent financial system. A system where you didn't need to trust a bank or government to handle your wealth. A system where your money was truly yours. Bitcoin operates on a decentralized network called the blockchain, which keeps track of every single transaction made with the cryptocurrency. No middlemen, no authorities, just a secure and transparent system of verifying and recording transactions. And once you make a Bitcoin transaction, it's irreversible. The power of this decentralization was what made Bitcoin revolutionary. But Bitcoin didn't just come out of nowhere. It was the result of years of research and innovation in digital currency, cryptography, and decentralized networks. It's the culmination of decades of technological evolution, and it works. But don't take my word for it. Let's dig into the real mechanics behind Bitcoin and why it stood the test of time. Bitcoin's origins, a vision for the future. Bitcoin's origin story is tied to its core values: decentralization, transparency, and security. The person, or people, behind the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto released a white paper in 2008, outlining the concept of a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. This was the birth of Bitcoin, a digital currency designed to bypass traditional banks and create a new form of financial freedom. In the world of traditional finance, when you make a transaction, you need a third party, a bank or financial institution, to verify it. But Bitcoin flips this model on its head. Instead of relying on a central authority to confirm transactions, Bitcoin uses a network of computers, or nodes, to validate each transaction. Each node checks that the transaction is legitimate, and once it's verified, the transaction is added to the blockchain, an immutable public ledger that records all Bitcoin transactions. This decentralized structure is the key to Bitcoin's success. It ensures that no one person or entity has control over the currency. It's free from manipulation by governments or banks. This level of decentralization, combined with a secure blockchain, is what gives Bitcoin its power. Bitcoin's purpose: changing the world of money. Bitcoin wasn't just created to be a new form of money. It was created to challenge the very concept of money itself. Traditional money is controlled by governments and banks, which have the power to print more money whenever they choose. This leads to inflation, devaluing the currency over time. But Bitcoin was designed to be different. Its supply is fixed, meaning only a certain number of Bitcoins will ever exist, 21 million to be exact. This fixed supply ensures that Bitcoin cannot be inflated or devalued in the same way as traditional currencies. Think about it. Every time a government prints more money, the value of the money you hold decreases. But with Bitcoin, that doesn't happen. The supply is finite, making it immune to inflationary pressures. Bitcoin's limited supply makes it more like digital gold than a traditional currency. It's a store of value that can be relied upon in an uncertain financial world. The halving, the countdown to scarcity. One of the most fascinating aspects of Bitcoin is its halving event. Every 4 years, The reward that miners receive for validating Bitcoin transactions is cut in half. This halving process is what makes Bitcoin unique. It's not like fiat currency, where central banks can simply print more money to meet demand. Instead, Bitcoin's supply is constrained. As more people get interested in Bitcoin and demand increases, the reward for mining decreases, making new Bitcoins harder to come by. This halving event ensures that Bitcoin's supply will never exceed 21 million coins, creating a natural scarcity that drives its value. In fact, the scarcity built into Bitcoin is one of the key reasons it remains so valuable. As fewer and fewer Bitcoins are mined, their value can only go up. The halving event is Bitcoin's way of creating artificial scarcity, just like gold. But here's the catch. The more scarce Bitcoin becomes, the more valuable it is. And with only 21 million Bitcoins ever going to be mined, the supply is limited, meaning demand can only grow. This scarcity is what makes Bitcoin such an attractive investment, and why it continues to dominate the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin's supply limits. The 21 million cap. We've already mentioned that Bitcoin's supply is capped at 21 million coins, but why is this important? The short answer is that it guarantees scarcity, and scarcity drives value. In a world where inflation is rampant and governments are printing money like there's no tomorrow, Bitcoin's fixed supply is what gives it its value. Unlike the US dollar or the euro, where central banks can simply increase the money supply at will, Bitcoin's supply is finite. There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins, and this limited supply ensures that Bitcoin can't be devalued through inflation. This 21 million cap is hard-coded into Bitcoin's protocol. It's an unchangeable rule, one that ensures that Bitcoin remains a rare and valuable asset. As more people begin to realize the value of Bitcoin, the demand for it increases, and with limited supply, its price can only go up. This scarcity is one of the core reasons why Bitcoin remains the dominant cryptocurrency. Why Bitcoin remains dominant? Bitcoin has been around since 2009, and while thousands of other cryptocurrencies have come and gone, Bitcoin remains the undisputed king of the crypto world. Why? Because it was the first cryptocurrency, and it continues to lead the charge in terms of market capitalization, adoption, and trust. Bitcoin has become the benchmark by which all other cryptocurrencies are measured. It's the most widely recognized, the most trusted, and the most valuable cryptocurrency. Its position as the leader in the space is largely due to its first-mover advantage and the fact that it was the first to successfully solve the problem of creating a decentralized digital currency. But Bitcoin's dominance isn't just about being first. It's about being the most reliable, the most secure, and the most widely adopted. As more and more institutions, companies, and individuals begin to recognize the value of Bitcoin, its dominance only grows. The future of Bitcoin. As Bitcoin continues to grow, its future looks brighter than ever. With institutional investors entering the space and more businesses accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment, its role in the global economy is only set to increase. Bitcoin is no longer just a speculative asset. It's becoming a legitimate store of value, much like gold. As more people realize the benefits of Bitcoin's decentralization, scarcity, and security, its adoption will continue to grow. And as more people adopt Bitcoin, its price will likely rise, creating even more demand. It's a self-fulfilling cycle that's been driving Bitcoin's growth since its inception. Bitcoin is more than just a digital currency. It's a movement. It's a vision for a world where money is controlled by the people, not the banks. It's a way to take back control of your wealth, secure it in a way that's tamper-proof, and store it in a currency that's immune to inflation. So, whether you're holding Bitcoin as an investment, using it to send money across the globe, or simply admiring it from a distance, one thing is clear: Bitcoin is here to stay. And as it continues to evolve, it will remain the gold standard of cryptocurrencies for years to come. And that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. Simple, secure, and revolutionary. The future of money is already here, and it's called Bitcoin.